22 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the AFC West. It's the Chiefs and the Chargers coming up next.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And his first pass is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Throwing again on second and 10. Mahomes. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Crowd getting in a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now a throw here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down at 4. First carry now for Joshua Kelly, the former Bruin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. More from L.A. in a moment. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try the air now with Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it with Eckler. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have taken a 1st quarter lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. Well, early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Mahomes throw here complete to Kelsey. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Kenneth Murray. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. And the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire. Oh, the ball is out. Edwards-Helaire lost it. And picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to score on the fumble return. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. Third down coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Going for the deep ball. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, this is a guy who runs with such balance and control. I mean, he went through that early contact just like he was driving over a speed bump, and he's able to continue his way downfield and wind up in the end zone.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. L.A. readies for its next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Herbert. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It was pretty evident in reading everything, hearing these guys talk, that this was a deal they wanted to get done. They know how valuable he is to this team.
Absolutely a key component to what they do and what they do well. And if they want to continue to have success in the future, they knew they needed him, and they got the deal done.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
And that's what I like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On second and 11 now. Herbert. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
That's out wide for Palmer. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
On first down, it's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Herbert on 3rd down now. Touchdown, Chargers! Jay Howard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Well, something to give him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're out and panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Mahomes now on first down. It's Hill, complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 25 on second down, Mahomes. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Butker's kick here is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. Herbert's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before the break for Herbert. Flushed out right. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we have reached. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. On the return, it's Washington. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. Herbert on first down now. Open man is Palmer. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Herbert off of play action. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Right back to him on first down. And hard running's going to get him over the 40.
You certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Herbert. It's caught. Beckham. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They're really locked in on offense.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harris. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now Edwards-Helaire fighting him off. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Mahomes now on first down. Completes it to Hardman. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Mahomes will throw for it. And he's got it. So they're trying for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call. And he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion. And now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Play action. It's Herbert. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. Pushes him aside at the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big gain that time for the Chargers. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. And to give this time to the tailback. And he stopped immediately there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. This is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now it's Mahomes again.
Now a swing pass. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1.
That's who is running back, Edwards-Helaire. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Mahomes to throw. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again. And here are the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain that time for the Chargers. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now he dumps this off over the middle. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Working with a 2nd and 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. Now Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason, it shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here's Mahomes. Finding Kelsey. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, it would have been a long one, but that was the spot that they put themselves in, Charles, forcing him to try from long distance, and he comes up empty.
And you know what happens oftentimes when you're trying to kick a little bit beyond your range, you overkick it, right? Don't get all of it. In this situation, they cannot point fingers at him. They've got to go back and examine their play calls, how they tried to traverse the ball down the field, and why they didn't get bigger chunks of yardage in order to set up a field goal that was much more manageable.
Yeah, because 5 to 10 yards there could have made a world of difference. With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers.